Hello everybody, and today I will be reviewing House of Hummingbird that came out in 2018 and was directed by Bora Kim. The story takes place in 1994 Seoul and follows the life of a 14-year-old Uni and her daily struggles living in a dysfunctional family and trying to find love and understanding. The story was inspired by the director Bora Kim's own childhood, and even before knowing this while watching the movie, I knew that the story must have been at least a bit influenced by the director's own past because it feels very genuine and personal. Our protagonist Uni is 14 years old in this movie, and I was that age 5 years ago, which feels like a long time, but at the same time not that long that I can still go back in my memories and put myself in the protagonist's shoes and remember how it was like being that age and just like trying to figure out different things for myself. Uni's main objective in the movie is to find love, but when I say love, I don't mean particularly in a romantic way, but love as in someone who understands you, appreciates you, and cares for you. Her house life is quite an unpleasant one, with her parents neglecting her and just telling their kids to study as much as they can so they can get into top schools. So Uni searches for love outside, somewhere out there, but she realizes just how hard it is to connect with people. Watching her interactions with her peers made me remember just how fragile and inconsistent friendships are around that age. Hummingbird in the title of the movie symbolizes our protagonist, and as the director herself stated, she chose this title because Hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world, but despite that, it still flies pretty fast and very long distances to find nectar, to find what it needs. And the bird also symbolizes love and hope. The one person who finally comes to rescue Uni is her Mandarin teacher, Miss Kim. And I don't want to get into too much detail and not to spoil anything, although it's not really a story that you can spoil, it's not one of those movies, but still, her teacher is the first person who finally listens to her and understands her. There's this one great moment in the movie where Miss Kim asks Uni, "How many people do you know?" And she answers by saying several thousand, meaning the faces she has seen. But of course that's not the answer that the teacher is looking for, so she rephrases the question and says, "Among all the people you know, just how many do you understand?" I feel like that gave our protagonist another perspective on love and understanding. It's not just someone you see or know on a surface level. It's someone you truly understand, and only then you can have a genuine connection with them. One of the most important things our protagonist has to find in this movie is self-love and self-respect. Also being able to stand for yourself. When it comes to her family, although they are the source of most of the problems, they are not really the antagonists of the story. The movie portrays its characters as real people, so there are no black and white characters. Since the movie is about a life of a 14-year-old teenager, it talks about a lot of the problems for someone her age, like the problem with the educational system and clear pressure from teachers and parents to do good in your studies. I've heard a lot about Korean educational system, I've watched different videos about university exams and all that, and it's pretty horrifying just under how much pressure the kids are out there. And it's basically like if you don't get into a good university there, forget about having a good future. It's crazy amount of pressure. It's really sad. And it's the same for these characters in the movie. They're just 14-year-old kids. They're just trying to find out what they like, who they want to be, and just have some fun. That's what you do. But obviously everyone just tells them to basically become robots to do nothing but study. And it's a pretty sad sight to see. When it comes to performances, Ji-woo Park as Uni does a great job along with the whole cast, and they make this movie feel genuine. They feel like real people. Contributing to the authentic feeling of the movie is also Solid Cinematography by Kim, and I'm really sorry for butchering all these names once again, but I feel like it's really important to mention these names, even if I don't pronounce them exactly correctly. It's important to give credit to these incredibly talented people. This movie is slow-paced, and I don't really have a problem with slow-paced movies, and I didn't really find this movie boring either. But for a movie that is 2 hours and 18 minutes long, it definitely felt longer than that. 1 hour into the movie, I looked at the time and I was surprised that it's only been an hour. I felt like it has at least been an hour and a half at this point. I can easily see some people finding this movie boring, but if you're into movies like this that are not trying to tell an extraordinary story, but rather focus on a smaller story, but with a meaning and a heart, you should give House of Hummingbird a try. If all this sounds appealing to you, give House of Hummingbird a try. It's definitely a movie that is worth a watch. As for me, I'm gonna give House of Hummingbird a solid 8 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I've been eyeing this movie for the past few weeks now, and I wanted to watch it. And then someone actually under my last video recommended it to me, so I was like, this is a sign. I need to watch it, and I'm glad I did. And now I want to know your opinion on House of Hummingbird, so leave them in the comment section below. So in the description of this video, as always, I'm going to have a link for my playlist of all the Korean movie reviews I've done so far, along with the links for both of my social media accounts, Twitter and Instagram, so check them out if you're interested. And if you made it this far and enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if you don't want to miss my other movie and TV show related videos, subscribe to this channel. Bye.